talking point.
Good evening, good evening for all your telespectators. It's a great pleasure for me to be inviting once more again on this program, and thank you very much.
The pleasure is ours as well. You are one of the councillors here in the economic capital, Douala. You took part in the election that took place on Sunday across the national territory. You must have monitored how it happened, especially in the Vuri division at the voting center, the polling station in Alfred Sake College here in the economic capital, Douala. What assessment, general assessment, would you make of the just and the senatorial election?
I think on the level of security, I think I can say that I had a good surprise to notice an improvement in terms of logistic and organization this year for this senatorial election. So I think that is, we must be honest to recognize that there is a little improvement in this senatorial election. But I think many things have to be done more again, because every year, you have to ameliorate ourselves. And the state have the right, the duty to move forward. Because what is not good in this country is that the power, the public authorities cannot find the necessity to contact and to dialogue with the opposition on the matters which concern everybody in this country.
Like
to ameliorate our condition of life, and in particular the condition of election, because this electoral code is worst. So we need all of us, all the citizens of this country, to sit down together and talking together to find a good solution for our country.
You said you are quite impressed. Things went a little bit better this time than the previous time.
Yes.
But there is need for some improvement. In what aspect, to be more precise?
I think that because I was in Alfred Sake College. So we were almost 964 councillors coming there to exercise our duty. So I think that the security and the personnel of ELECAM were very, very sympathetic and very, 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 very open to our critics, and they were not arrogant as at the past time. So I appreciate it. But in the root of the matter, I mean that the condition of election, including in the electoral code, we need the reform, the amelioration, because I saw the SDO or DO into this polling station. It's not his role to be there.
But administrators are there too.
No, is ELECAM have a duty to supervise this election. It's not the job of administration.
Another problem that was raised by some members of the opposition in Yaoundé and also here in the economic capital, Douala, they noticed the presence of administrative authorities at the various polling stations.
Yes, of course.
Did you also make a similar observation?
Yes, because I want to repeat that the public authorities, the administration, don't have his place the D-Day, the day of the election, because I want to say the duty of the ELECAM is to take on its responsibility the entire electoral process. So we don't need the presence of elements of administration into the polling station. Maybe they can stand outside for the security, but we don't accept to see the element of administration that
inside the polling
station.
Now, what would possibly be the impact of their presence, presence around in and around the polling station? Could it impact the outcome of the results?
Yeah,
Could it have an impact?
Yes, I think it's unfortunately the negative impact, because this presence of the public authorities could give some influence to some voters, because that when they put on the law, everybody must respect the law. When you see the administration, the members of administration, except the personnel of ELECAM, what is their role inside the polling station? They are not allowed to be there. So it can give the negative impact. Because that we have the observers. For instance, I mean the Un Monde Avenir in Douala. I hope that in their report,
hoping that the various
yes,
observers are going to come up with a
yes, because you have the observers, we have the ELECAM members of ELECAM. It's all what we need. We don't need any presence of administration element inside the poll station. Now,
besides the fact that you said some of your critics were welcomed by ELECAM officials and the problem that you have just raised, what is your general impression about the way Elections Cameroon handled the senatorial election in Cameroon? Do you think that ELECAM was fair with all the parties that were involved? We had 6 political parties taking part in the senatorial in the littoral region of Cameroon. Do you think that the elections governing body officials were just with all the various parties that were involved?
Yes and no in the same time, because I criticized at the past the composition of this organ, because this organ is supposed to be neutral and impartial. It did not, because the President of the Republic appointed some former members and some members of the CPDM. CPDM is a party in competition, so we cannot admit an element of some party involved to the competition. This is a basic critics we can give to ELECAM. And we all know that some members, like the president of the pool station, sometimes belong to the CPDM party, sometime. And I saw one time, notably in 2013, in the pool station, some members of ELECAM with the, I mean, this thing, the icon, the sign of the CPDM. That is not normal. So I asked for the element to stop.
But you didn't see it this time around, meaning that there were probably some changes.
Yes, Sunday, no, I don't see it. But maybe in other poll station, it was.
So to you, these are some of the issues, some of the hitches that plagued the senatorial election. But the Minister of Territorial Administration said that everything went on smoothly, including the 2 Anglophone regions of Cameroon. What do you have to say about that?
Yes, but you know that you can notice that in Bangam and to Bangam in the southwest, I think, and the Daji, there was some problem because
even in the northwest region,
some councillors of Lebialem went by helicopter to Chang to vote, and even in northwest we saw some camera inside the polling station. What's the camera doing inside the polling station? That I'm talking about the statements of the governor, Mr. Lela Frick. He said it. We set the camera on the polling station, inside the polling station. It's not normal. So that I think that obviously the level of the insecurity is not, I think, not very worrisome. But I noticed that in these 2 regions, they have too many problems. There have some problems like this camera. I'm just talking to you, and the problem of some councillors who go to vote to Chan, they are living in the BLM. So it means that there is some insecurity in these 2 regions. But the causes is because Mr. Bia, we said it before in this studio, Mr. Bia he don't want the peace, because when you want the peace, you put all the elements on the table, you call for the dialogue. But No, we have almost a civil war in these two regions.
But you're talking about dialogue. The Minister of Territorial Administration himself was speaking in Buea today. He said that he spelled out a condition that only those who want the oneness, the unity of Cameroon, are going to be listened to by the government of the country. What do you have to say about that?
We all need the unity of the Cameroon, but I'm federalist. I think that the way to move, the best way, is not the only way. The best way for me is the federalism. But the authorities, Mr. Biya, refuse to engage the dialogue on this topic. It's not normal. Of course, Mr. Atankanji is the Minister of Territorial Administration. But his duty, his role, is to ensure the security of the entire territory in the country. Now, he's talking about peace, about unity. But did they need really the unity and the peace? Because what you see, for instance, in our constitution, the fundamental law, they are talking about, autochthon and allogen. How can you make these words, autochthon, allogen, and unity exist together? It's not normal. Because if you are one people, if you are all Cameroonian, we cannot accept that they call your neighbor allogen or autochthon. It's not normal. We are the citizen. And you want to move on this way. When you write in the fundamental law that this my friend is autochthon, this one is allogen, you created the condition of division in the country. So my proposal is very simple, very clear. We want to remove these words in our fundamental law. It's not normal. So that I think for the future, because I'm in politics and I consider myself and others like a builders of the future. So we need to settle around the table to discuss this matter. We can reform our constitution. We want the unity, but some want the unity by putting in place only a unique form of state. That means a unity by centralized state. We need democracy, unity and peace, but by the federalism.
Okay.
That's what we need.
Thank you so much for joining us in this edition of the